Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. It's not actually morning here anymore because I wasn't supposed to do a reading today, but I think you called me. I already cleaned my table. I started relaxing for the day and you called me. So here I am. We're going to do a love reading for beautiful divine collective. And we're going to do head, heart, intentions. How do they feel about you in their head, in their heart, and what are their intentions? We're going to start from what's going on in your connection so you know that you're watching the right video, that you're watching the right reading. What's going on? What's poppin'? Okay. One more. We have regrets. That's your first card. So maybe recently something happened, some things were said, that there's a little regret. That's the main thing that I'm hearing. It may be as well that you overall sitting in emotion of regret that things are not happening, regret we have neglected as well. So regret that you are not being chosen perhaps by your person. We have third party, and that's in the center of your spread. So there would be a third party. I am hearing another person. We're going to clarify, but it's especially that this is in the center of your spread. So we have some secrets and responsibilities as well. So in terms of the ruling energy of your connection now, I feel like whoever you're connecting to, they're connected to someone else, and it's kind of a taking a it's a key thing in your connection, in a sense how I'm feeling into it, in a sense that perhaps you think, or both of you think, that is the key reason that you're not together. And I don't really think that that's the key reason. It's always an excuse. You know how I always highlight to you guys, although it's difficult to hear these things, that there are no stoppers when we talk about love except ourselves. So we don't live in times that, someone was given to another person for the eternity. And we live in times when you can just simply grab your bags and walk away. And you should do it in a respectful way. You should do it in a way that you think things through and you plan things forth. But if you really love somebody, and if there's no blockage within you, within your shadows, within, right, your subconscious mind, you may be saying to yourself that this is another person. But it's never another person. My belief is that even in old days, when it was possible to give someone to another person, and when, separation, divorces, and you could always run away, Just a side note, maybe it's not going to be the easiest thing for you to realize, but on this journey, deep, raw, honest self-reflection is important. We have to end up this journey as literal embodiment of inner truth. No deception, no lies, no, distractions, no pointing fingers. The truth. So again, there are some things, maybe there are some secrets, maybe there are some things that are either you suspect that there are certain things that your person is not saying to you, or that there are things that you're not talking about, honestly, and they're not being put on display. I am sensing a lot of excuses, to be honest. I was looking at these responsibilities as well. So maybe you recently had a conversation about your connection. Maybe in the past, whenever you talk about your connection, there are always excuses. Well, I'm someone else, it wouldn't work out because this and that. There is only one problem, and it has a name, okay? And it's, well, two actually. All right, sorry. Let's clarify what else. Overwhelmed. overwhelmed. So right now, as you're watching, you would be feeling emotionally overwhelmed. That is a clarification for that regret. So emotions would be quite heavy. You would be sitting in an emotion of regret. Again, whether that's regrets that you cannot be together, or perhaps for some of you certain things recently happened. I'm hearing that it is possible that, you know, you had a conversation and things were said, and maybe subconsciously your conscious mind may not yet be ready to accept that these are excuses, but the soul knows. The soul knows. We have broken, and we have and we have broke. So it just came to me that we pulled these cards together in one of the, not it, I'm not sure that it was the same collective, because I remember I said that it's not the nicest moment of life for you. It wouldn't be the nicest moment, so you would feel, I'm hearing rejection wound, I'm hearing abandonment wound in their first activation. So this collective, you would be relatively new, I'm hearing, on this journey. You are feeling neglected, you are feeling rejected, you are feeling like you're not chosen. And on top of that, things are just not going in the physical life the way you would like to. And I know it's, you know, it's a truth that we need to accept as well. It's not something that, you know, we can course correct in one day. It's a journey for most, because how we live our life ultimately is the choices that we take every day, what we choose for ourselves. And I've been talking about this a lot, about the choices, because we're sitting in the energies of really realizing that we choose dharma over karma. We're sitting in the energy of choices, and sometimes we fail to recognize that how the choice of, for example, what do I eat and who do I hang out with influences my abundance. Well, it does, because your abundance in life, energetically speaking, money, abundance, every form of abundance is a reflection of your self-love. Okay, is a reflection of your self-love. So if you don't love yourself, which is reflected in how you spend your time, what you eat, how you treat your body, how you talk to yourself, it's all going to be reflected in the materialistic external life, tangible life that you live in. But you wouldn't be in your nicest era, unfortunately. But it's, again, let's be grateful. If it hadn't been for that, we wouldn't be able to see our shadows. Everything is an opportunity. Reminiscing. Okay, I heard something specific, and we have fake smiles. Reminiscing, what I was hearing with that reminiscing, because it's clarifying our secrets, I was hearing that perhaps you have a memory in the past that returned to you recently. Maybe you found out some new information. Maybe ends don't sort of meet, in a sense, like certain things are not making sense. That's what I'm hearing. So maybe you think about situations in the past with your person, and maybe when you initially connected, he said to you that he was available, and then you're finding out. It's sort of a, I hope you know what I mean. I'm not hearing anything specific, but one of those situations when recent information are revealing lack of complete honesty and transparency in the past. I'm sensing as well that around you as a connection, there is a lot of fake energy, there is a lot of low vibrational energy, there is a lot of opposite of truthfulness, authenticity. I'm hearing be careful. So, you know, maybe there are certain people that are around you, or around both of you, so like friends of you and your person, people you both of you talk to or hang out. I wouldn't trust it too much. And the thing is that unfortunately, when we don't love ourselves, when we don't have self-worth and self-value, we usually have a very distorted reflection of other people, right? Because we always see people through the filters, right? The filters of conditioning, our beliefs, our shadows, right? It's always a reflection. So in order to actually start seeing people in a neutral way, without judgment, and really feel into their actual energy, we really need to be deeply, deeply, deeply connected to self, right? Very balanced, very yin and yang inner union. Not many people actually have that deep self-awareness to really be able to see people around you for what they are, and additionally with no judgment. So when you have low self-esteem, whether you realize that or not, you always feel like you're beneath and below. Everyone is cooler, everyone is better, everyone is prettier, everyone is funnier, right? You put everyone on a pedestal because you feel like you're below everyone. So sometimes, again, when we see ourselves this small and we don't have self-love, which in consequence means that we don't have boundaries, and we would rather be with anyone literally than on our own, right? Because we don't like ourselves. We don't love ourselves. So we even don't want to really hang out, because when you love, I highlight this to you guys always, and something that people sometimes don't understand. When you love yourself, you could spend the rest of your days on a desert island and you would have a blast because you're your favorite person, right? You talk to yourself, you hang out with yourself, and obviously, you know, we all love to have some sort of a soulmate or a soul connection around us, because it's just fun. We live in this physical world to also experience physical laughter of someone else and physical touch of someone else. It's only natural. But if there's no, you know, a match for our energy, we can hang out on our own, right? So that's what I'm hearing. Because you don't love yourself enough, because you don't yet sit in this place of really, no, I deserve better, you maybe surround yourself with people that aren't necessarily the greatest choice and the greatest vibration, and really be mindful of that. And I've done so much video about this. If this reading is really landing, and it's the first video, my video that you're seeing, you may want to, you know, either go to my YouTube. I feel like it's easier because all the videos that are not readings are in spirituality and healing playlist. I've also have a separate playlist about the energies of now, okay? The switch from the 9-year cycle, year of a shedding, the snake, and moving to the horse. We're in the waiting room right now. It's extremely important now, the choices you make for yourself, to connect to the right timeline, the timeline that will get you to your dharmic timeline, aligned timeline, right? So really don't ignore anything. Don't think that it doesn't matter what I choose to eat, what I choose to watch, who I choose to know, sometimes go for coffee. Maybe it's just one coffee or one drink once a month. That's what you're saying to yourself. But these are choices. And sometimes I share this exercise with you guys because this is the biggest job of our soul, to take care of your human, to love your human, to make your human happy. So really try, if you struggle with that, really try to separate, right? Feel into being your soul and take a step back, looking at your human. I want the best for her. I want the best for her, for him, right? I want the best. This person, no, low vibration. We're not going to hang out with them, even once per freaking quarter, okay? This place, no, we're not going to go there, not even once. We're going to take care of ourselves. We're going to love ourselves. We choose. Everything is interconnected. Everything. Conversation. So that's our confirmation. Remember, I was saying that I was hearing two things. Maybe overall you're sitting in an emotion or regret, or maybe you actually, that's the first thing that I heard. You had a conversation with your person and things were said, and there's regret. So this is our confirmation. You would recently have a conversation that, you know, things were said with that reminiscing maybe overall in the past, but I am feeling that for most of you would be recent. Hope. So you have hope. That's what dies last. Third party. Legal issues. This is as well my karmic card. So it can be that there are some legal issues that your person more, I'm hearing, than you, but maybe around both of you there are some legal issues. I'm hearing unpaid bills, some financial issues, additional financial unexpected payments, that sort of energy. But it may be just that it's karma for both of these things. Remember, so we were talking about lack of abundance, where it comes from. It's the choices that we make, and not the choices about what job do I choose and how many jobs do I choose to have. It's the choices that link directly to self-love. And the third party, as much as you're not liking, you're human. It's your human, not your soul. As much as your human is not liking the situation you're at right now, because maybe the person you are connected to, the person you love, is connecting to someone else. You feel neglected, you feel abandoned, you feel rejected, you feel like things in the physical world, job, career, are not working out for you. Maybe most people around you are a bit fake and but it's all for your greatest benefit. I know it's so hard to believe, but there will be a day when you will look back and you'll be like, thank you, this happened, because it's given me opportunity to grow in this area, to overcome those blockages, to love myself more. Everything happens for a reason. And I was looking at this fake smiles, and I was hearing that it may be that there's a lot of karmic people around your masculine. It's kind of a thing for masculines that in the beginning of this journey, the first years as we connect, they are really surrounded by karmic energy, karmic friends, so many karmic friends, low vibrational friends, connections, women. And again, don't think about this, because I love highlighting this, because I don't want you to think that karmic people, is evil. There is no good and evil. We cannot, be judging people. It's just that, so those people, we are all karmics to someone as well, right? So it's not the quality and the value of a person. It's just that there is no soul vibration between him and all the people around him. There is just shallow ego connection. So there's no passion, there's lust. There's no true connection. There's just, it's all shallow. It's all insignificant. It's all a lesson, right? That needs to be learned and needs to be released. But our masculines, they tend to be surrounded, family, friends, girlfriends, partners, they tend to be surrounded by karmics, because this is their part of the connection. We heal the soul. They heal the karma. Obviously we have the karma as well, and they do soul healing, but hopefully you would know what I mean. We divide tasks. This is teamwork. They focus more on the physical world, because masculine is the ruler of the physical world. So they really have to go down to understand the gunk of this karmic world, of this physical world, to one day be able to redesign it through their vibration. Secrets. New chapter. So it's good. Maybe there is energetically some new chapter. Maybe you found out certain things were said. Maybe you more and more starting to get to realization, looking back. You know what I'm hearing as well, and it's if you come to me on sessions, you would know this, that I always say this to my beautiful feminines. First of all, separation is inevitable. Second of all, separation is a gift. Third of all, this journey is as long as we choose to, right? And the biggest, what matters most is really in the beginning, because in the beginning it's harder to take these choices, right? And I get it, I understand. We're sitting in a place of wounding and longing and ego, but in order for separation to start and to happen, from that in and out phase, move to separation, sometimes we have to hit rock bottom. Sometimes it's our soul contract, right? Our masculine, subconsciously, in his soul's blueprint, there's information what to do and how to act. So we hit that rock bottom and we finally say no. And we finally start to love ourselves. And we finally start to just refuse to accept breadcrumbs and bare minimum and lies and third party situations and fake people and no. So there is, perhaps you are getting there energetically. Perhaps, I don't feel it's a new chapter in the sense that things, it's a new chapter for you. It's a new chapter for, maybe there has been too many secrets, too many. And what I was hearing as well with that reminiscing card, when we are in longing and we are in this first phase, good times, when you love them so much, but it's actually longing, it's not love. Because what love does is sets free. Go birdie, fly, do whatever you want with your life, right? But in the beginning, it's longing, and we long for them so much. We adore them so much. We put them on the pedestal. To us, they are the most sexy, the smartest, the funniest, the most attractive, the most wonderful men on the face of the planet. It's like they enter a room and their shine just like eliminates everything. It's just them. We only see them. We only have eyes for them, right? And they send us, after a while not speaking to us, or after saying something nasty or whatever, right? They send us a message like, what's up? And I'm like, oh my God, he loves me, right? Good times. We're really not seeing things for what they are. We're really it's part of us that's already connecting to the depths of that love, to the importance of that love, how it really survived millennia and timelines and lifetimes and rails and dimensions, and we start connecting to it, so we feel into it. But the human egos don't match that energy, but we don't really understand that. So we really take that breadcrumb and we look at it as a fine dining beautiful meal, right? But there's a moment when we start coming to our senses, right? And we look back to certain things that they did and they said, and we're like, at the moment it seemed, so maybe you've read some old messages or you thought of some old situations, and at the moment it seemed like the world, like it was a declaration, like it was a promise. Now when you think about it, it's breadcrumb. It was nothing. It was nothing. Like my neighbor says more to me. Gossip. Confirmation, that's on top of that fake smile. Be careful. I feel there are people, maybe there are people who are connected to both of you. I feel this is more crying over you. I feel like this is more connecting to him. But if we have that gossip, just don't trust people who are around your masculine. Just don't. And I'm not saying in a bad way, in the sense of how do I explain this to you? No judgment, right? No judgment, no harsh feelings, no negativity. I'm not saying you should like be obsessing or like collecting evidence, right? Just be mindful that you are not yet in a place of life energetically to really feel into who's really your soulmate, who's really your soul connection, who's really what level of energy they embody, right? Are they really kind or is it fake, right? And I'm hearing that it's just not, again, it's just advice, right? I know that sometimes it's not as easy in life, but in these kind of connection, harsh things happen. We do things to each other from a place of wounding. It's all divinely orchestrated. It all has to happen, and sooner or later separation has to happen. It's not the best thing to invest in friends that are sort of a friends in common. he has his own environment, and in separation he'll have to deal with that one way or another sooner or later. You need to focus on creating your own world, building your own world, people that you could really be vulnerable with, people that you can really trust. So with that gossip, and it may be that they even drag you. It's something that I knew from when I was a child, right? My uncle used to say that. Always find yourself people from your level or above, because if they're below, they're going to drag you there with you. Okay, with them, they're going to drag you there, right? It is not to judge people. It is not to say, oh, who are you to be my friend? It is to really recognize, who am I as a person? What are my values? What are my aspirations? It's not gossip. It's not talking poorly about people. It's not being fake. It's not secrets. It's not all this, right? Low vibrational energy. I don't want that. But if you stay in that environment, they will drag you down. They will drag you down without you even knowing. All right. Okay. If that part resonated, you are welcome to stay. If it haven't, you're also welcome to stay. We're having fun here. Just know that if it didn't resonate, it's not going to be a reading. But we're going to do now, how does your beautiful masculine feel about you? We're going to start from his head. We're going to start from his head. How does he feel about you in his head? Doubtful. That's weird. That must be on the shadow side. Oh my gosh. Center of the spread. Okay. Weird energy, to be honest. I am seeing some of those. We have love at the bottom of the deck. Your first, his first card, in reality is happiness, which is good, and it made me smile. This card made me smile. So this one isn't in reverse. So you would make him smile. You would make him happy. However, obviously, whatever is the nature of your connection in the 3D right now, however you are connecting, you make him happy. You make him happy. We have it's funny because the reason it's more of an emotion. Obviously we're doing emotion, but we're doing his head. This is why I'm trying to sort of see it from the place of the head, which is the logical mind, the masculine energy, truly masculine energy. We have empathy in the center of the spread, and what I'm hearing with this, what I'm hearing with this is that you are awakening more of a consideration, maybe not necessarily just yet towards others, but towards you. And there's a moment on this journey, right? So in the beginning, in the madness of activation, when we meet, when we activate, the masculine has no idea what's going on. He is in his avoidance, he is dormant, right? And we start to awaken. But the magnetic pull is so strong that it's just in and out. It's just, they try to stay away, but then they sort of a cave and they come in. And I find that the more they come in, I don't mean to trigger you, but it's a fact, and that's what I'm hearing. So I'm going to share it with you. But the truth is, unfortunately, that the more they come in, the more egoistic energy they're embodying, right? Because it takes a lot of strength for the masculine to really stay away, because they feel that magnetic pull, right? And what is sort of preventing them, obviously, is avoidance, is shadows, is fear, but it's also some level of awareness that I'm not able to give this woman anything. I'm not able to give her what she wants. So I shouldn't really be playing with her, right? In the beginning, they don't care about that because they don't yet... in the beginning they more in an egocentric place, in a more egoistic, right? So they want it, they grab it, right? They want you, they text you, they call you when they want to, right? But then